Welcome back, everybody. This is a quick review for a game called 0x0 Minimalist. It is a puzzle game only available on the Nintendo Switch eShop. You can see here, $5 Canadian. Is it worth $5? No, but if you like the look of it from this review, give it a wish list and you can pick it up when it's $1 or $2 or something like that. So what you have here is a puzzle game where you maneuver the X and you'll just push it around these arranged tiles and you try to shove these zeros. And the goal is to shove the zeros from behind into the colored squares. I'll just scroll down over here, give you guys the really important info. Oh yeah, it was released in 2021, developed by Indie Team. This is their only game, and published by Game Nacional. Really quality stuff by this publisher. All right, so is the game actually worth playing? You know, I do think so. I had a good time with it overall. Was I frustrated by some stuff? Yes. When this game says minimalist, it really takes minimalist too seriously. You have no quality of life features. The most you have, aside from this gameplay where you control the X, is a menu where you can then reset your board. There's no rewind. There isn't even a level select. And because there's no level select and there's no way to see how far you've progressed through the game, one question has gone unanswered. And it is that unanswered question that prompted me to make this review. How many levels are there? Well, in all honesty, because I've been playing this game off and on for the last couple of years, I don't actually know. I think it's around 25 levels. And the reason why I know I've played them all is because the game loops back on level 1 when you've finally beaten the last level. So I did beat it. I know that I beat every single level. And if I had to guess, like I said, there's probably around 25 levels. I do think it's worth it. I think it's a fairly fun block pushing puzzle game. The levels ramp up in their challenge, but there will come a point, maybe it's only when you have about 5 levels left, where everything will click for you. At least that's how it was for me. I finally realized all of the tips and the techniques that you use to be able to beat the game no matter how the level is arranged. And looking at it, you can see that some levels have different numbers of zeros that you have to push. There are, of course, different level arrangements with the tiles. But what makes the game fun, I think, or some levels very fun to play, is the arrangement of the colored tiles where you have to push the zeros into. So for example, in the last level, or one of the last levels, the tiles were arranged like this, and I had a great time playing this level in particular. Anyways, it's certainly not a game for everybody, but if you like puzzles, if you like block pushing games, if you're not going to be too bothered about the low effort put into this game, and you just want to burn $1 or $2 when the game's on sale, go ahead, pick it up. I do think it's fairly fun when the levels are designed well. And you know what? I may as well share a few tips for the people who need them. So if you just want to play the puzzle game for yourself, go ahead, stop the video here. If you end up getting stuck or if you want to know some tips going into it, then check this out. When you start to encounter real difficulty with this game, it's going to be because you can't just take the first available zero and put it into one of the gray boxes. Odds are it's going to disrupt you from getting the other zeros to fit around it. Number 1, plan ahead and start thinking about the order in which you would need to fill up those gray boxes so that the filled tiles don't get in your way. Number 2, if you have to park those zeros somewhere else on the board, think about where they can go without getting in the way. If you have a wall with a lot of open space beside it, you can park the zeros filling in every other tile. And that way, when it comes time to moving them, you just get behind the one that you need, you push it out. You go back, you get behind the next one, you push it out. You don't want to park the zeros side by side because obviously they're going to get stuck unless you can move them from the top or bottom. Number 3, kind of reiterating my last point, is you actually can have zeros side by side or stacked one on top of another if one of the zeros is floating out in the middle of a map or if it's just touching the corner of a wall. As long as you can get around it from a couple of sides, then it's fine there. So that's it. If you need a little bit more help, take a look at the Wikipedia page for Sokoban. This is the puzzle game that 0x0 is based on. But what I told you, my 3 tips, those are what I discovered on my own and what helped me clear through the last few levels of the game with minimal difficulty. So again, I do recommend this game. Absolutely not at this full dollar amount, but if it goes on sale, I guess just wishlist it to see that. then pick it up for $1 or $2. You puzzle fanatics out there are going to have a good time with it. And once again, answering the question that no one else knew the answer to, how many levels are there? Well, I guess we still don't know, but it's somewhere around 25. And when you beat the game, it just loops back to level 1. All right, guys, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.